Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the Colchester Legion Stadium here in Truro, Nova Scotia, the hub of Nova Scotia, they call it, for this Nova Scotia U16 AAA League action between the visiting Eastern Dukes, who sit at 6-2, and the hometown Fundy Thunder, who have a record of 4-5. Thunder a little bit short-staffed here tonight, but that's hopefully not going to stop them tonight according to their game plan here, but it's the Dukes and Thunder underway here on High Button Sports. We'll get to the starting goaltenders here in just a moment now as Arsenault steps in over the line. He'll cycle it in deep. That'll get in behind the starting goaltender here for the Thunder, Callum DeWolf. Cooper Singer takes his man-nose. The puck stays inside the zone though, however. Cross-ice pass. Picked off by Jude Cochran. Wheeled in, number 19. Got no name bar. We'll figure that out name here for you before the end of the period. Now as Thunder are going to get the red line and get it in deep as Ulof gives chase. Back for it there is McDonald. Looked over to the far side, chipped up the wall. Held in at the line though. Sharp angle shot. Starting goaltender first for the Dukes is number 29, Felix Hatton. 4 games started so far in the season. Game number 5 here in Truro. The Dukes looking to start the breakout here, but it was turned over. Maddox Rennie, the top goal scorer here for this Thunder club. Goal scorer, not point getter. Cochran's going to chip that in the zone deep as that's going to get down into the corner. Good forecheck down there. Trying to come away with that puck now is Moore. But it's done. Or done. 2 ends will throw you off real quick. So chipped free. In the zone it goes. Out the other way now go the Dukes. Through center ice. Done. And over the line. Tries to center. Goes off the back of the post. As now Sam Dunn will pick it up. Cross ice pass, another AP in the lineup here. We'll get those names as soon as we can. So it's worked into the corner now. Still down there. Working it back up top towards the top of the circle. Cycled down low. Pinching down. There was Murnahan. And he's going to come away with that puck here as he wheels around, opens up, turns, fires it back down low. Done. Tries to go into the slot, comes all the way back up to Murnahan, but it was intercepted before it could get to him there by McLennan. McLennan chips it down low. Singer went for the hit there, just missed his man. Back up to the left point. Chip down deep. Done. In the corner. Tries to wheel out of it. Had it poked off his stick there by Moore. Back up to the left side now. Shot back down towards the goal. It's going to come all the way outside the zone now in that dump. But it was dumped by the Dukes, so there'll be no icing. Dangerously played. Up through the neutral zone now as that's going to go all the way down the ice, and that's going to have our first whistle here. An icing call against the Dukes. No need to explain what goes on this evening after this game. If you're unaware, I'm not really sure what to tell you. This puck is down. Shot towards the goal, first stop of the game. So face off to the right side. Puck is down now, collected off the face off by the Dukes. Held in on the side wall. Worked in behind the net now. Back up top towards the blue line, and that's going to get outside. Singer takes a little bit of a bump there from Godkin, but that puck's going to get back down in deep. Henry back for it. So he's pressed there. Big collision down there in the corner. That was Brandon Warwick on the forecheck. Stepping up and pushing that puck back into the Duke zone here. Chipped up the left side. Duke's on the breakout now, looking for the stretch. Picked off by White as he works back towards his own end zone here. He's being pressed just in front of the Fundy bench. Tipped off the wall indirectly, just out of the reach. Panked back out into the neutral zone. They're going to bring it back in though, so offside waved off. Dukes up the left side, chip. That's going to get by everybody, but no icing on the play. Back for it goes the Thunder. Singer back on it first, tried to go around the other side. Banked it off a Dukes player. He finishes his check and regains possession. Now it's going to be lofted up off the glass. Atkinson, he'll get in on the forecheck. Bowering dangerously through the middle. Now nearly picked off, but it's picked back up here by the Dukes. Through the middle, nice touch. Hartman towards the goal. DeWolf the save. The rebound comes loose. Then worked back out into the neutral zone area. Lofted back up towards the goal. Bouncing puck. DeWolf out to play it. He'll leave it there for Van Tassel. In the lineup here tonight for the Thunder as he takes a bump down there. Puck comes back into the corner. And behind the net is Van Tassel once again. Chipped off the wall. Looking for Cochran. Wasn't able to complete the play. Moved in behind the net now. Up to the blue line. Cochran trying to find it. It's peeled by Hartman. Dukes at the blue line. They turn it over. Opportunity to shoot there. That one goes on the blocker side, and that one goes wide. Cochran now picks it up through the middle. Nice feed. Uloff down the left side. He's going to have to stay on side. Does a good job there. Camera guy got to wake up. Cross ice. Hartman will loop it back inside his own zone. He had McIver on him. Through the middle. Pass picked off. McIver had an opportunity for a shot. Now backhand chance there. That one goes through the crease. Back up now. English picks it up. He's going to dump that in. DeWolf had to be careful. Now Singer. Former Truro Bearcat. Making the jump up here to the U16 division. Also a standout softball player. Played for Team Canada this summer and youngest player on the team. So multi-sport athlete. They love those. Now Uloth in there on the forecheck. Duke's able to get possession. Trying to exit the zone, but they were stopped along the way. Uloth in behind the goal. It's now Murnahan. He's pressed from in behind the net. It's McIver down there working below the goal line. He centers it, but it was picked off and in behind the goal. So the Duke's trying to exit the zone now. A pass through the middle, off the skates, and now poked back the other way. Duke's back in just inside their own blue line. Chipped out towards Broussard, who's going to take possession for a moment. Tries to turn it over. Now it's all alone. Moore, left side shot there. Tried to go on the glove and couldn't get it to go. Now is it's going to be a 2-on-2 back the other way. And over the line. Led the charge shot there on the blocker side. Now it's in behind there. And we're taking a spill in behind. And we're going to have a penalty here. This player upended in behind the goal. So the Thunder are going to go to their first power play here. We'll head back down to their end zone. U16 AAA League off to a hot start. This league coming a long way over the last few years. So 13-14 left in the period, and the Thunder are going to head to the man advantage here. Looking to strike first now. Cochran down the left side. Pushes it down low. Moore. Back up top for Cochran. Cochran into the middle of the ice now for McIver. McIver over to the right side for Rennie. Rennie shot there. The save made by Hatton. The rebound was cleared through the middle of the ice and wasn't able to clear it though. Now is McIver at the left point. He's going to walk down the left side. He drags, shoots, Hatton the save. Rebound comes free. Turned and fired smartly down the ice. Because that one's going to go all the way down onto DeWolf and he's going to scan here. Got Broussard there. Now as Rennie comes back, he's pressed, but he's going to chip it to himself here and behind the goal, hoping the Thunder can get set up here on the power play breakout. Carrying it. Rennie, he's got a lane. He's going to carry through. Almost got right down Broadway there as it's still on his feet. Everybody looking for that puck down there. Back up to the point. Defenders on the power play here had to switch sides. So McIver will have to retreat back to his own zone. He's going to fire one across for Warwick. Warwick wasn't quite there, so Cochran will pick it up, and he's going to wheel it through the neutral zone. Cochran in over the line. He's pressed off there. Good defensive blue line there from the Dukes. They stepped right up. Not allowing the Thunder to get any zone entry going there. Now is a hit thrown by Baird. And all the way down the ice it goes. 37 seconds left to go in the man advantage. DeWolf on the backhand. Rennie tried to take it. Nice stick lift there. The Dukes pressing full press here on the penalty kill. Worked in behind, Singer. Off those size 14 skates. Nice play through the middle, and one hit took out two Thunder players. That is going to go back down inside the Thunder zone. Singer spins off the forechecker. He's going to gain some space. Now he'll carry through the neutral zone and over the blue line now. He's going to leave it there for Uloth. Thunder trying to get set up in the last part of this power play now as we're back to even strength. 0 for 1 on the power play. Stretch pass the other way. That one's going to go all the way down on DeWolf, and a weird bounce there as it bounced out. Luckily, nobody home there for the Dukes as that's going to be knocked down just inside the blue line. Godkin, an opportunity to shoot. Drag, shot there. That one goes high and off the glass. Atkinson, also former Bearcat here. Poked free. And now Atkinson trying to poke that one past Murnahan. He's successful in doing so, but it's Dune back for it. Dune's just going to carry here, but he was pinched off there by Cogger. And Tassel back. He'll take a bump. Stays on the puck, though, however. And behind the goal. Still trying to find it. Van Tassel battling hard behind the net. Centering pass comes all the way out front there. Shot, they score. Quincy McLennan strikes first for the Dukes on a pass that made its way into the slot. And that one beats DeWolf on the 5-hole, so a first goal here. Comes off the stick of McLennan here for the Dukes. So back to center ice we go. 10:21 left to go now in the first period. Chipped off the wall. Atkinson able to get a stick on it. Settle and negate the icing. Good reverse play back the other way. Duke's looking to get it going on the breakout. Centerman, nice low support. As he comes through underneath, now is Godkin. Shimmies his way up the ice. Stops in just inside the blue line. Forgot to take the puck, though. Now it's in the middle for Atkinson. Makes a nice move. He gets free. 2-on-1 forming here for the Thunder. Down the left side. Shot there. The save made by Hatton. And Godkin back defensively to help out, and he'll try to lead the rush once more. Godkin lofted it up over, trying to get it into an area where his teammate can win a foot race, and they're going to give themselves a, we'll call it a 60-40 puck as that comes back to the left side blue line. Shot there, tipped in front. That goes wide. Singer tied up his man, but that allowed Langell to come through. It's Frazier. Spins off. Or Fisher, sorry. All the way to the blue line. Held in once again here. That puck now back the other way. Foot race here for it is Baird. Looking for the trailer. Moore. It is Baird who comes away with it. He works him behind the goal. He's going to try and eat enough ice to get some support. Cycle down low. Moore takes a bump from Godkin just there on the left of your screen. Penalty on the way here as the arm goes up. We'll wait to see the call. Not sure what the referee called, but we'll wait to see it at the box. Oh, so interference. And it's going to be Baird. So now the Dukes will get a chance on the man advantage. As they're going to set up to the glove side of DeWolf here. .905 left to go here in the first 20. Is down. Fisher collects off the face-off. And behind the net now. Back down low. Working around now is Fisher. Staying on the left side. Right side, I suppose. Fisher shot there. That was blocked from Cogger. Now Singer will step up and try and get that big stick of his in that lane, but it's Fisher who breaks his stick, and that's a friendly bounce there for the Thunder as they're able to clear the puck. Another delayed penalty coming here to the Thunder. Nice move there as Dunn got around the first forechecker. Now as they're going to touch up, and now the whistle's going to go. And they're going to give an interference call there, and it's going to go to Cogger. Former Truro Bearcat U16. He's not happy with the calls. He had his stick held on his way to the bench, and sometimes the wires cross. I'm sure you could hear the crowd from here. Another 40 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Worked right out front of the net. Nice little move there. That pass is going to be 2-4 Checkers. Bowring in over the line. Works, tries to center off the feet of Singer as that puck bounces out into the slot there. McDonald now at the point. He's going to work it down to the left side. Worked back up top for McDonald. Quinn McDonald looks for a lane, slides it over to the right side for Bowring. Bowring tipped in front. That one goes wide. So 5 seconds left to go. Over to the left side, Bowring. He's going to fire another shot. Tipped in front there and cleared. Now it's chipped off the wall, but not enough muster to spring Cogger in the back end. Now as McDonald pinches down. McDonald, exchange there, Cogger. All right, so the face-off to the right side. Sorry about that muted there, folks. I muted myself right quick to have a quick sneeze. Didn't want that to come through your speakers, but then I forgot to unmute myself. But hey, word travels fast, and I appreciate the prompt response from the fans at home. Nice to know there's people watching out there, so I hope you enjoy the rest of it, and I'll try and keep myself on here. That puck's going to be ripped down the ice. The 5-on-3 has been killed. A big kill there for the Thunder as they trail this one 1-0 here. The shot's 9-5 here in favor of the Dukes, and we're going to head back down to the Duke zone, or sorry, the Thunder zone for a D-zone face-off. It's off to the right side. Arsenault, nice pull move into the front of the net. Opportunity shot there, didn't quite get what he wanted on it. As DeWolf able to take down the bottom half of the net, and you can actually see down there 3 of the Thunder players just to the right of your screen underneath the scoreboard. It's a little bit short staff. Got a few call-ups in the lineup here tonight. But regardless of all that, 5:29 left to go. I actually had a quick chat with a gentleman earlier in the lobby there, and they were talking about how short-staffed they are, and it's my comment to them was short-staffed is fine, but all you need is the team that you have to show up. So we'll see what kind of character they have here as it's shot low from Hartman. Goes low on the blocker side. He's going to leave that there for the point. Shot towards the half wall. Now it's going to go back up to the left side. Fired it towards the goal, and DeWolf reaching up and making the save. So another face-off here in the Fundy zone. The face-off is down once again, taken by the Dukes here off the draw. Cycle down deep. And on that loose puck now are the Dukes looking for the centering pass there off the feet of Reed. Now it's going to be chipped back the other way, up the right side. Dukes just going to hit to contain here as that's going to be chipped off the wall. Heads up down there is English. Had 2 men on him, but it's Hartman who comes through and picks it up. He's got to beat Van Tassel. C works low. Aylward on the right side point. Shot there was blocked by Atkinson. That hurt. Definitely got him in the side of the shin pad with no padding there. Is another shot towards the goal as DeWolf makes the save, and we're going to have another face-off. Face off to the right side of DeWolf here. 11-5 the shots now. Thunder having a hard time getting anything going post 5-on-3. The puck is down and it's worked around to the far side. Baird there to get it first. Takes a hit to make a play, but the puck stays inside the zone. Doon towards the net. That was blocked. Back down inside the Duke zone it goes. Good patience there and a great outlet pass now as see if they can make something happen here, and that's got to be not going to be icing as Dunn gets there first. Singer was right on him, and Dunn could feel the pressure. Nice move coming out of the corner there. That was McLennan. Now it's going to be chipped off the wall out through center. It's right back inside by the Dukes. Now it didn't quite come outside the zone. McLennan, opportunity, shot there, tipped in front. DeWolf able to track it, and he'll hang on. So underneath 4 minutes to go here in the first. So 3:41 left to go here. Face off to the glove hand side of DeWolf now. It's Bowering. Just going to cycle that in deep. Right there at the back door. Oh, what a save DeWolf as he slid across in a hurry. Fantastic save late in this period. As that keeps this at a 1-0 game here, and that ought to spark the fellas. It's Cogger, goes back the other way. He walks in. He's going to cycle that down deep. Thunder able to maintain possession here as they get in on the forecheck. And Tassel pitches down, holds the line. Frazier, opportunity shot there. Hatton follows that through a crowd. Frazier suited up for the Bombers last season, who were provincial champions on a squad that was pretty deep there. So love to see the guys making the jump. It's amazing the names you remember as well. It's through the middle now. Potential break back the other way. Van Tassel goes for the hit. Staying on the backhand. Spin around shot there. That one just goes wide. Great job by Van Tassel there not to take a penalty. Cross ice pass. McDonald couldn't handle it. Cogger quickly gets on him, and that's going to be a big hit up towards the head. And I think everybody in the arena knew that one was going to be a penalty as that one goes up into the face area. So it's going to be a head contact penalty. We'll wait to see if it's 2 or 4. So the Thunder will go back to the power play here. And a big moment for them with less than 3 minutes to go here in the first period. So just waiting for that. So it is a double minor. So the intentional head contact is what I call it. So big double minor opportunity here. And these Thunder team will finish the period on the power play. So they work around the goal now. Stopped up. Moore forgot to take the puck with them. So he moves it back for McIver. McIver, saucer pass across for Cochran. He's going to have some space on the left side as he carries back across the ice for Rennie. Rennie winds, fires. That one was blocked, and now we're going to have a foot race here. McIver pokes it free. Down there battling. Chipped off the wall. Good pass there. No in the wall. Rennie down to one. Need to block that fearlessly. It was Will Henry. So that one never made its way to the net. Cross ice pass for Cochran. He's got a lane here if he hurries. Back up top for McIver. Good press here from the Duke, shorthanded. Staying up top where the offense starts from. So McIver works to the middle. Shot there through a crowd. Nice save by Hatton. Also, side note, fantastic setup for Hatton. The old school Bauer look. Bring me back to those Cujo days. So McIver. Cross ice pass there. Rennie the shot. He was double teamed along the way. That one was tipped and up and out of play. So a minute 26 left to go here in this first period. So we're going to switch sides now. Looks like everyone's set. Puck is down, and the Dukes will control off the face-off, and that's going to be sent the length. As Singer's going to head back here for it. Singer pokes that into the middle, and that's going to allow Atkinson to attack with speed here. He'll go east-west. As he gets in over the blue line, he rims it around now for Cogger. Cogger wanted to fire it back for Singer. Singer was kind of shaded to the middle of the ice there, so he wasn't able to. Now we're into the final minute here of the first period as Singer moves it up the left side for Uloth. Captain Uloth down the left side. He's going to chip that in. He's going to take a little bit of a bump there. So that one's going to be tipped before it could get to the blue line and out. Singer moves it back down the left side for Uloth, who moved it back for Singer, or maybe it was whacked out of trouble now, but Singer will move it over to the right side. Atkinson looping. Saucer pass across for Uloth, who will work back down inside his own zone. 29 seconds left to go. Uloth picking up some speed as he gains through the neutral zone. Slows up inside the blue line. He's going to drop it back, and he'll get the return pass. Uloth into the middle, kind of misplayed it, and that's going to get all the way down the ice once again. Here's Singer back now. Just across the face-off dot. He's going to fire a laser pass up for Cogger, who smartly picks that up with the glove. Doesn't try to knock it down. So that's going to come all the way over to the right side. Atkinson's going to have a chance to shoot, and that's going to be off Singer in the neutral zone. And he's going to fire one towards a goal, and that's going to do it for the first 20. They won the 0 lead here for the Dukes. 13-7 the shots on goal in favor of the Dukes. So we'll head to the intermission, and we'll be back with the next 20 minutes of play here. You're watching Nova Scotia U16 AAA Hockey League here on High Button Sports. We'll be back in a few moments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside the Colchester Legion Stadium here for period number 2. The Thunder will start the period on the power play, left over from the first period, a minute and a half. Have to go on that, but it's the Dukes who will take first possession here. That dump in is stopped by McIver. Across for Rennie. Rennie backhands it across for McIver. Cross ice quickly to Warwick. Good feed. And over the line. Good job by Moore to stay on side. So Warwick's going to chip it to himself. Now he's going to whack it around to the far side. Picked up by Reed. Sorry, that's Cochran. McIver. McIver chips it back. That could have been dangerous, but they make it happen. Over to the right side for Rennie. Shot there. Hatton the save. No rebound, and that's going to be smothered up. So another face-off. I shouldn't say another one. First one of the period, of course. Puck is down. Won cleanly by the Thunder. They'll control off the draw. Hooked on the right side. Warwick leaves it there for Rennie. Rennie walks in. Shoots there off the post. Sitting in the back of the crease. Rebound. They score. Jude Cochran on the doorstep. The first one off the post and just laid there in the crease. And Cochran, right spot, right time, and he'll tie things up here on home ice. So back to center ice we go. That'll be a power play goal. 49 seconds into the second period, and we're back to square one here. We'll see if the Thunder make any adjustments here. One thing I did notice about the Dukes is they are very hard on pucks, hard and heavy. And just when you think you're going to have some time to settle that puck down, away they come. So you got to work in behind if you're the Thunder here. Make them force and defend from the ringette line down, top of the circles down, and open up that back ice if that's where you're looking to get the offense from. They've chipped up the wall through the middle. Couldn't complete the play, but it's the Dukes who collect. Great job there to get the red line. Love seeing that extra step being taken just to make sure your team doesn't have to go through a defensive zone faceoff, especially after giving up the tying goals. That shot towards the goal is kicked aside by DeWolf. Clearing attempt by Singer, hits his own teammate. So it's going to go up and off the glass, but it's Murnahan now. He holds. He's going to work back to the middle. He's got Atkinson coming. Good job there to protect the puck as he cycles it down deep. Langell, little chip play. Go front there. Back the other way now in transition go the Thunder. 2-on-2 with 3 back checkers as the Thunder in the long defensive change here. So their 3 forwards are going to head for a full sail switch. Nice little play there by the forwards to maintain the forecheck. That allowed their team to finish the change there, but that one's going to be whistled on the offside, so it'll come right across from us here in the booth. Face-off is down. Peeled over to the crowd. Van Tassel had a hard time with it as it goes back onto DeWolf. Chipped up the wall. Frazier couldn't handle it as it's ripped back down inside by the Dukes. Somebody just went and got a Timmy's. I can smell it here. It's Frazier. Good speed over the line. Stops up for the delay, waiting for the trailer. Nobody home here for the Thunder as it switches sides now as the Dukes will pick it up in transition. Cross-ice pass for McLennan. McLennan fired that inside the zone. He was looking for a shot on goal. As Cogger lost that puck. Goes back for McDonald. McDonald, backhand saucer pass cross ice. That's going to be tipped up into the body now as the Dukes trying to get it deep. Job not done, but now it's turned over. Warwick throws a bouncer in on Hatton. Hatton, nobody near until Cogger got there, so that will be a whistle. Thunder take it off the draw towards the goal. That one didn't quite make its way there as it hit a skate along the way. Looked into the corner. Nice stop-up move there as Aylward Slots it back. Good pinch there from the Dukes as they're able to hold the line. Now Uloth gets in on the forecheck. I love that route from Uloth. Would have liked to see him keep his feet moving the entire time. So the Dukes now chase it down, and not sure what the whistle's going to be, but a high stick, I suppose. So that face-off is going to go back down towards the Dukes zone here, just outside the blue line. And while we're at it, the East Hants Senior Penguins and the Truro Mosaic Bearcats clashing right now at the East Hants Sportsplex. You can catch that one on the homepage there. As senior hockey is officially a thing, just another avenue and another league for these Maritime or Nova Scotia players to find home. The Dukes now pick it up in their own zone through the middle of the ice. Singer read that as he bumped into Arsenault. Arsenault held it in. Good play at the lines. He works down the right side. He'll carry, turns, fires it towards DeWolf, the blocker save. Big hit down there as Henry lays the boom on McIver. Now a backdoor pass shot, and that was deflected as Singer down to all fours to block that one as McIver lost his neck piece. So they're telling him now to get off the ice. Good heads up by the official. Now a tough bounce there as that cross-ice pass bounces off him. Now it's Hartman back the other way. Over the line, shot there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I recognize that player from last year's Ice Jam from the Eastern Express, maybe. Could be wrong, but usually there's one thing I can remember, it's players. Can't remember to make the bed in the morning, though, however, but hey. So Singer with it now. He loops behind. He's going to take two Dukes on. He's going to try and battle his way through. Singer last year's Bearcats captain. See, gets it to the blue line and not out. Now he's going to knock down that clearing attempt. Good swinging, diving play there as he gets it across for Van Tassel. Those two good friends. As the Thunder hemmed in their zone here. Godkin looping around, cycles it low. Van Tassel looking for it. Now Singer didn't even see the forechecker. That's going to be cycled down low, the Dukes. Good job on the offensive zone pressure here. Back the other way on the right side. To the middle, opportunity for Fisher, shot there, and Van Tassel and Singer both down to their knees to block that one as Singer now is going to push that one outside the zone. It goes off a stick, so icing waved off. It's not going to have enough anyways. As we approach the 14-minute mark here of the second period. Chipped off the wall. Baird just dumps that right back in. Would have liked to see him swing that back to his D-men there. They were able to complete a change. And now they just basically gave it right back to the Dukes, but they turn it over here. Opportunity at the short side, and a nice save made off the stick of Rennie, the top goal scorer here for the Thunder. 6 goals for Rennie. McIver, the top points on this Thunder team, and on the other side, Nash Langell leading in points and goals. Neither one of those guys able to get really anything going here. The puck down now. Trying to collect off the draw was White, but it's the Dukes who pick it up. Gardner. Little chip and chase. As Reed goes back for it. He's leaned on there by Hartman. Atkinson lofts it back. Reed takes a late hit there from Gardner. Through the middle of the ice. That's going to get right on the tape of Atkinson. Not sure if that was the intended target, but that's where it gets to. A little chip play to himself. As Hartman came in for the check there, and Atkinson's stick got dislodged. Now Gardner is going to hit Hartman on the come-through as he comes underneath for support. Good speed. Walks in there. Ho! And Hartman takes his man down as Reed just tried to slow him down. And, yeah, he took the worst of it, but he definitely did the job there and slowed his man down. So sometimes it's not about the big hit and more about just containing. So now the Dukes offside here. Able to get themselves back on. Just in front of the Thunder bench now. White able to get that puck inside the zone as Atkinson down there on it. He takes a bump in the corner, battling down there. He turns around. He's going to throw a hit now. Puck comes up the left side. Warwick, opportunity to shoot. Hatton the save. Rebound into the corner. Worked around to the other side now. Singer went for the boom. No surprise there. So that's going to be lofted through the middle now is English on 2-on-1 with Hartman. English pull. Nice play there. Van Tassel come flying across. He's going to try and poke that out of the crowd now. Rigby Van Tassel. Atkinson and Henry going whack for whack down there. Referee going to let him go. Good exit here. So behind the play, a couple players tangled up as they're going to work inside the zone now as the Thunder. Cogger, he takes a bump down there from behind, and now we're going to have all kinds of extra stuff here. And it's Singer and Van Tassel over here on our left side. Good job by the officials. They got in there quickly. One thing I really liked that they did was get the play away from the player on the ice. It's always a little bit scary when that player's laying down and the players are all around them, and we're going to have some extra jawing down there in the penalty box. So we'll wait to see what the official call is, but we have 3 Thunder in the box and 2 Dukes. So obviously there's going to be one for the either hit from behind or boarding. The referees getting together there. Got to assume there's going to be one on the hit, one on the retaliation at least. So it's Singer, Van Tassel, and I think Cogger maybe in the box there. I can't see the Dukes players. They're already taking a break here, sitting down. So as I mentioned, Singer and Van Tassel, those 2 families very tight, and they're both pretty big boys from the Brookfield area, so you mess with one of them, you're basically taking the other one on as well. So we'll wait here to figure out what the call is. We're still having a discussion here. So I don't know if he'll get a full checking from behind. There was a little bit of a turn there on the play. Sometimes that doesn't matter. As the hitter, you do have to have control of your body, of course, turn or not. So while we wait here, folks, we're just going to take a quick breather, and we'll be back here as soon as we figure it out. All right, the final verdict here is the referees will go to each bench. Not able to read lips this time. So there's 3 players per team in the penalty box. This one somehow might come out as 5-on-5. Not entirely sure. So we're going to have another meeting over there at the timekeeper's box. So, looks like it's going to be 4-on-4. Or no, 5-on-4. So there's going to be a power play here for the Thunder. Nothing up on the board itself, but Thunder are going to get a power play out of this. We'll wait to see how long it is, I suppose. Now it's picked off. Couldn't get the outlet pass to go as Cochran takes a bump, and now Reed lost that puck on the way out of the zone. Dunn spins off. Uloth reaching for that puck. Good defensive positioning there. So rip back down inside the zone. Dunn trying to center Langell. Sorry, it is 5-on-5, folks. I don't know where I got 5-on-4. So after all that, chipped off the wall. That's going to go all the way down onto the goaltender Hatton, who's just going to play it right away. Uloth will rip that back to his teammate. Turned over. That outlet pass didn't quite make its way. Now his Cogger will go back defensively here for it. He's going to chip that off the wall, but it's the Dukes now who are going to collect. But it works all the way around now. Misplayed. Up the ice. Uloth in front of his own bench. He'll carry it down the right side. Good head of steam. Stops up. Tries to hit the trailer, but Langell got a stick on it. And he's going to go back the other way. Had it poked off his stick. Uloth swings it back for Cogger. I'm not sure when any of the players are out, folks, so we're just going to have to use the old eye test here. As Baird. Moore went for the hit there, and he missed. As Broussard. Nice move. Gets around the D-man, but Cogger there to back him up. Down in the left corner. Off the side. Moore. In over the line. The old back pass. Not a huge fan of that play, but that doesn't matter. The player was there. So Warwick and Singer get 2 minutes each for roughing. Giveaway at the top of the blue line. So Aylward, the original penalty, got 2 minutes for boarding. Oh, big hit down there. Now Murnahan's going to go for the cross check, but it's the Dukes back the other way. It looked like a clean hit. The two helmets caught. Back to the point. Right side, moved it over to the left side for Henry. Henry goes back up top for Murnahan. Baird on him. White, and now we're going to have a penalty in front, and it's going to be a head contact penalty. So Baird now is going to go to the penalty box, I guess, for head contact on the original hit from the back referee. Always find it interesting the front official doesn't call it, but I know they're looking in different areas. So back to the penalty kill go the Thunder here. So 9:35 left to go here in this second period, an eventful second period, we'll say. So it's a 4-minute head contact penalty. So big kill here for the Thunder. Back to the right point. Moves it back to the right side. Down low. Back up top. Cross ice to the left side. McDonald now. Back up top for Doon. Or Dunny. I'm not really sure what that name is, folks, but I'm giving you my best effort. It's over to the right side. Wines fires. That was deflected. Rebounds. Good save by DeWolf as he made 2 in a row there. Once off the deflection, once off the rebound. So he stays locked in here in this 1-1 game. McDonald back. Uloth on the forecheck. Good job to force traffic there as good stick placement and good angles on your feet can really kind of force your opponent to go. Maybe not 100% where you want them to go, but at least force them to a side now as that pass over to the left side. Shot there. That was off his own teammate. Comes all the way back to the point. McDonald. Shot there, kicked aside to Wolf with the pad, lofted back out to the top of the point, but it's held in once again. Over to the right side. Another shot coming, blocker side this time. That one goes wide. Sam Dunn, the trigger man here. Now is a shot coming right away. Recollected by the Dukes. Left side point for McDonald. Him and Doon will skip points or switch points. Now in front, English, too much time there. Careful, has to be That has to be 200 feet now as Atkinson blocks that shot. Uloth able to get it out into the neutral zone. Singer trying to push Atkinson to the bench. Atkinson back to his feet. And now they're going to be 5-on-3 here. DeWolf hold it if he can. The rebound goes wide. Singer pushes it off the wall. Atkinson battling to stay up out there. Definitely know what that feels like. Taking a few shots off the foot and it just goes numb. Back to the right side. Shot there. Backdoor. Oh, what a save to Wolf. Another fantastic post-to-post save. And that's a clear that they need. And check this out. Singer is going to pull Atkinson back to the bench. That's teammates 101, folks, as that stretch pass back the other way. Now Singer is going to whack that one out of play, and that's a much-needed whistle here for the Thunder. Now, I've seen people push their teammates to the bench, but I've never actually seen them pull. So, first for me, but I love to see it. Minute 49 left to go here on the power play. And Callum DeWolf, the story of that last shift. He got across in a hurry and flashed that pad to keep this game 1-1. The Thunder a minute and 40 away from getting out of this one. Murnahan across to the right side. Back for Murnahan. Back down low. Misplayed by Arsenault, but it's off the ref, so Arsenault will get it back. Murnahan at the left point. He walks to the middle. Shot coming, tipped in front. That one goes wide. Moore turns, fires, and that goes the length of the ice. Now is Hatton out to play it here for the Dukes. He's going to look. He picks up that the defenseman is right-handed, so he's going to leave it there on the forehand side. Details, my friends. Details of the game. So Aylward's just going to hang on here. Now he'll walk out. His teammates weren't quite in motion as that 3-foot pass is misplayed. Stopped up by Murnahan. He cuts back. Over to the right side. Chipped in. Nice soft dump. That one's going to land in behind the goal. That's kind of how you draw it up when you practice that in practice. You don't want to rim it around unless you have a guy there. So 50 seconds left to go here in the power play as once again Aylward collects behind his own goal. Gets by the first forechecker. He's going to work his way through the neutral zone now as he crosses the red line and on the left side. Opens up. Shot coming to Wolf, the save. As the rebound comes loose now is Singer. Oh, Aylward almost knocked him in dangerously there, and they're going to have some words going up the ice. Cross ice pass. Good patience there from Aylward. That allowed him to make that pass cleanly. He's now in over the line. The Dukes attack with speed. Hartman couldn't hang on to it long enough. So we're down to 10 seconds left to go here in the Baird penalty. First pass beats the forechecker. Now Dunn. Dunn down the left side. Penalty expires. We're back to even strength. Big kill there by the Thunder. A 5-on-3 or a double minor, not a 5-on-3. Puck's going to come outside the zone. Bowring looking for his options, but his teammates were changing. Now Uloth looking for that loose puck. He's going to head for a change now as that puck is rimmed around to the far side. Gagnon is going to chip it in deep. He's going to battle with Bowring down there. Good muscle as we approach the 5-minute mark here of the second period. Hartman across the line. Shot coming. Hartman going to the net. They fanned on the attempt. Now Van Tassel being harassed there as he's just going to chip that one free. Icing waved off. McDonald back for it. Bank pass into his partner. Up the right side. Like that head check there from the Dukes right winger, Arsenault, but he looked to see where he made it, but he ends up giving it away. But, you know, little things like that make the difference in a game sometimes. As Van Tassel, he comes flying in from the left point. He's able to keep that puck in deep. Broussard trying to get it out. It's actually McDonald now. Works it into the middle of the ice. Frazier works it back. And Tassel fires a stretch pass. McIver able to get a stick on it. His icing waved off. 4 minutes, 12 seconds. Let's work back up the right side. Turned over though. Shot coming. Save made to Wolf. And he'll cover it up. So the faceoff's going to come to the left side of DeWolf. Puck is down. And behind the goal. Up top, shot coming from a bad angle. DeWolf, no problem with that one as it comes into the point there. Shot, nice save, had to be sharp, was DeWolf. Lofted out into the neutral zone. Moore taking his man on as a whole bunch of players get tangled up down there. Now Godkin, he works in over the line, had that puck stripped. Rennie through the middle off the skate, but it's going to go right to his teammate coming through for support. Moore bumped off the puck. Godkin's able to find it. Singer on him, takes him off the puck. Stretch pass the other way, Rennie. Doesn't get a stick on it. The fans all wanted that to be an odd icing, but pretty well impossible to tell from our vantage point. Parents telling the refs to learn the rules, which I find very funny. Back to the point. Shot there. Kicked aside calmly by DeWolf. 24-13. Now the shots in favor of the Dukes. And back the other way goes the Thunder. They're just going to get that in. Now they can get that changed that they were looking for. Unable to change on the icing play if you're unaware. Dukes unable to clear as that one's going to go back down inside the zone. 2:30 left to go now. 2:37 to be exact. Chipped off the wall, not out. Shot coming, that was blocked into the shin pads. Now back the other way, Gardner in a foot race here. Van Tassel back in a hurry. Nice save to Wolf. Knew nobody was there. He comes out to attack the shooter, and he does a good job there of cutting down the angle. You drop your head for a second, you look up, and there's not a whole lot of net to be seen anymore. Nice play there. Back the other way. Cogger just going to fire that one on goal. Hatton will redirect that one up into the netting and out of play, and we'll have a whistle. Two minutes, 8 seconds. Good press here from the Thunder late. Trying to knock it down. Dune and his man get tangled up, and that one's going to be a bouncing puck up and over to Hatton. And he'll grab it, and he'll hang on. It's off. Taken by the Thunder. Trying to move it back up ice here. So we're going to move it around to the far side. Chip to the blue line, not out. Now they'll get it out, and it's going to be whistled down. Not sure what the call is. So we'll have a face-off here, minute 40. Left to go now in the second period. Oh, so it looks like the face-off's actually going to come out in the neutral zone here just in front of us. McDonald trying to exit the zone on his own here, but he had it poked off his stick. Cochran couldn't find it. The goal scorer here for the Thunder. Duke's trying to go back the other way here in transition. And over the left side, and I was just about to say offside, but referees are smarter than me, at least I hope. Oh, another neutral zone face-off here. This time, rather. It's going to be whacked out of play there by McIver. So we're going to have another face-off right back where we started. Minute 13, despite what our scoreboard says. Langell takes off the face-off. He's going to move it back from Ernahan. He's going to fire across ice. That's going to go indirectly off the wall. Not going to have enough for icing. As Reed goes back, he takes a bump. Singer waits for that puck to get to him, and he moves it around to the right side for McIver. McIver into the middle of the ice for Frazier. Frazier gets the red line. He's going to get it in deep now. He's going to get in on the chase, but it's Murnahan who comes away with it. Murnahan, nice outlet pass up the right side through the middle. Great breakout here from the Dukes. Back the other way is Godkin. He's going to have a step there. Now Singer comes in behind. He went for the hit. Godkin felt the pressure, and he jumped out of the way at the last second. Now as that one's going to be lofted. Up and over. Will it have enough for icing? No, it will not. 35 seconds left to go. Move it back for Murnahan once again. Murnahan still with it. Looping. Fires one. That's going to go cross ice. Hooked up the right side now. As the Dukes make their way through center ice. Dunn's going to get it in deep. Singer back for it. Godkin went for the hit. Singer's just going to peel it up against the wall now as he battles. He's got the arms up against the glass there. Says hi to his buddy, which is super funny in the middle of the moment. And that's going to do it here for the second period. 40 minutes come and gone. A 1-1 tie after 2 complete periods of play. 25-14. The shots here in favor of the Dukes. So we'll head to the intermission. And we'll be back with third period action. You're watching the Nova Scotia U16 AAA Hockey League here on High Button Sports. We'll be back soon. All right, folks, looks like we're back here. Sorry about that. If you have any friends watching, just tell them to refresh and quick play. We should be back to go here. The puck is down now, 15-28. Didn't miss much, folks. Just a couple icings, so no big deal. Had to find a good spot to restart the game here. Hopefully you're all back. Chipped off the wall. It's going to go into center ice now. Van Tassel had that bounce over his stick. And directly off the wall. Good pick up there from Gagnon. Dumped in. All the way around. Chip down inside the zone once again. Bowering on it. Nice hit there to take possession. Centering pass. Nobody home there as the Dukes pick it up in transition. Shot there. Kicked aside to Wolf. The rebound loose. Van Tassel off the referee. Chipped off the wall. Bowering. Back down inside the zone. Lofted through the middle. Bowering got a stick on it. He's going to turn, head up ice through the middle of the ice. Heads up there as Gagnon went for the hit, but it was Godkin stepped around him. Shot there, blockered away. DeWolf up and over the head. Doesn't matter how you make the save, just matters that you do. Uloth takes a bump. Duke's able to hold the zone. Arsenault trying to walk in now. A potential odd man rush back the other way if they hurry is Uloth. He's got nobody with him as he dumps it in, takes a hit. It's going to allow the rest of his teammates to complete the change. Pushed out into the neutral zone. Up by the Thunder. Good job to stay on side now. Or the Dukes walking over the line. McDonald drags, tries to shoot. He takes a bump down there. He tried to cut through the traffic. It's McIver now. Got it across for Cochran. Hatton swings that around the back of his goal. Hartman reverses it back for Aylward. Through the middle of the ice, off the stick there of Hartman, who's leaping with speed. Nice indirect pass down the left side. Opportunity there. Great defensive play there from Singer. Uses that 13-foot wingspan to his advantage. That's not an accurate number, folks, I don't think. But my point is that he's tall for his age. Speaking of tall right there, it's Hartman. Chipped off the wall. It's going to get over the head of Aylward, and that's going to get down through the neutral zone and into Duke's territory. Henry now collects. He had McIver on him as he loops it back. Duke's looking for the breakout once again. Hartman's going to skate. Down the left side, using those long strides. Covers a lot of ground down there. Tries to center. Doesn't quite get through. Into the corner now. Pinned up against the wall. Still with it. Van Tassel didn't have the option, so he went up off the glass. That's going to get out into the neutral zone. But it's the Dukes back behind their own net. They're going to reverse it back for Aylward. Takes the bounce pass. He's going to fart right back to his partner, Henry. Henry, in front of the Colt Tech windows and door sign. Back to the point. Van Tassel moves it down low. Rennie, nice move. He gets hit. Moore picks up the loose puck, though. He's going to move it back to the point. Good second effort there. Opportunity, fires across ice. Van Tassel with an opportunity to get a shot off. Fires one towards the goal. That was blocked. Atkinson centers off the side of the goal. Chipped off the wall. Back all the way. Now we're going to have a penalty here behind the play. Not sure who it's going against. Looks like it's going to go against the Thunder as soon as they touch up, and now they will. It's going to be I think it's a not sure what the call is. I missed it. It looked like he gave the unsportsmanlike conduct and pointed towards the bench, but it's going to be Atkinson who serves. So a big opportunity here for the Dukes. So we're going to have a face-off to the right side of DeWolf. 11:48 left to go. As we're going to have a new centerman here for the Dukes. Broussard in to take it now. Puck is down. McDonald takes the return pass. He's going to work it down the right side now. Back at the right top. So yes, a bench minor. Sorry about the silence there. Just trying to get a listen into the public address announcer. Now is an opportunity shot there to Wolf out at the top of the crease. Nice save with the shoulder as he cuts down the angle. Nothing wrong with his lateral movement down there. Left to right, no problem. Right to left. As the Dukes get set up once again. Singer with the press, but the puck comes over to the half wall. Doon the shot, rebound, cleared. Singer is going to go for it. He turns, fires it up to the point, but is not out. Cycled back down low. Doon. Down low for Broussard. Broussard at the side of the goal. He's going to get the return pass just on the right of your screen. Up top to the middle. McDonald walks in, moves over to the right side for Doon. 54 seconds, Singer down, fearlessly blocked once again. Guy's a catcher in ball, so that one probably didn't feel the greatest, but when we're not playing, when I got the chance to block a shot and you block when it feels really good in the moment. Another shot there, that one goes wide. And that one's going to exit the zone as the Thunder will get a much needed change here with 35 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Approaching the halfway point of the period here as that pass back for Murnahan out of his reach. He's going to work back in behind the net. Warwick will ease off in front. Good force now as he's going to keep them back inside their own zone. He's the only man back here as Murnahan works on those edges. He'll move it up for Hartman. Hartman down the left side as he enters the zone. 5 seconds left to go. Turnaround shot, bad angle. Nice save to Wolf. That penalty's expired now as we're back to 5-on-5. A shot and Warwick into the shooting lane in a hurry. And now Atkinson back the other way. The old sneak attack out of the box as he's going to work down the left side. Atkinson chips it in deep. He's going to wait for some recruits. Nearly turned it over. Frazier in to help out. Atkinson will ease off into the F3 as it peeled out of the corner. Frazier had it poked off his stick. Back to the point. Reed going to fire it back down low. Frazier tried to peel it off the sidewall. Warwick went for the hit, but he runs into Aylward. So that's going to be chipped into the netting and out of play. So we'll have a face-off inside the Duke zone here. Still 1-1. 30-16 are the shots here in favor of the Eastern Dukes. Trying to improve their record to 7-2 here and climb their way up the ladder, chasing the Cabot Highlanders. It's the Thunder with a short bench and some APs in the lineup, trying to just weather the storm here and capitalize on their chance, but it's back the other way now. The Dukes off the ensuing face-off. And over the line, shot, and that's a very expensive shot on goal as that one snapped the twig. Drag move in behind the goal. Had to dodge his own teammate's stick. Now it's Bowering, takes it on the backhand, moves it back down low. Godkin trying to find it. Poked free in the middle of the ice. Dukes once again will collect. They're going to loft that up over inside of the zone as Reed goes back for it. Godkin, there was a hit there. Nice move. It's McIver back the other way. Sorry, that's Rennie. Rennie fires that on goal, and that's going to be covered up. 8:32 left to go now here in the third period. Good zone entry there as Rennie walked in. He had the high guy, Gagnon, wide open, and of course from my vantage point, it's a lot easier to see it. Been on both sides of this, the player and the commentator. One thing that always used to drive me nuts, not nuts, but just kind of get to you a little bit, is when people in the stands would ask you why you didn't do this, but the view is much different down there on the ice, especially with people coming at you, the chance to get hit, and the pressure of a 1-1 game. Things just don't open up quite as much up down at ice level as they do here, is my point. So, play continues. Thunder working around the end zone here, cycled down low by Uloth. Cochran moves it across. Rennie back for Cochran, bouncing puck. He's going to take a hit to make a play now as Uloth tries to poke it free, comes back to the point. Singer holds the line. He's going to rim that around to the far side. McIver turns it over. He's going to fire that back in again. Gavin Hartman. I remembered the name as soon as I heard the fan yell, "Go Gav." So McIver takes his man down. Cochran in to help out. Two former teammates from last season with the Pictou County Warewell Bombers. Hartman. Turn it over. McIver with the old reverse hit. Gave him the puck and laid him out. McIver, the first-year player, wearing a letter here. That tells you what you need to know about him. Is Uloth there looking for the outlet pass. Had that roll away from him. Now Rennie in slowly. Good press here from the Thunder. They're going to keep it in deep. Uloth's going to head for a change here. That comes out through the neutral zone, and Singer's going to be the last man back. He's got more with him. Singer in behind his own goal. He's going to stop up and go back against the grain here. Singer spins it around. Left winger had left his post. It's going to go down as a giveaway, but he's going to get it right back here, and he's going to get a second chance. Chipped off the wall. Out through the neutral zone. Cochran on the forecheck. Turned it over. Good job to get back on side as Rennie walks in. Through the middle. Cochran was tied up along the way. Now is Hartman back the other way. He's going to wheel down the right side. A quick footwork from the big man there as he stops in enough to get some recruits as McLennan in. Stays on it. McLennan, the goal scorer here for the Dukes early on in the first period. 2 goals both in the first frame. Nothing yet. Rennie. Looks like he added a few inches over the offseason. That centering pass. It's back the other way. Baird eases it up against the wall. Trying to get out of their zone now. Good press here from the Dukes of their own. They're off to the races there. Had that one been poked free. Puck bouncing everywhere is down there. Thunder desperately trying to get it out of the zone. Now is Van Tassel back for it. He's going to reverse it back for Baird. Baird fires that cross ice, and that'll do the job here. That one's going to go all the way down the ice. Won't have enough for icing, though. The Dukes are back in their own zone. Circling. Stretch pass up the left side. One touch into the middle. Dunn wasn't able to get a full stick on it. It's turned over just inside the line. Towards a goal. Singer had enough of that one as he sends that the length. And that one is going to be icing. 5:36 left to go, so the Thunder won't be able to change here. So 5.5 left to go here in this game. Next goal could potentially be the winner. So face off to the left side of DeWolf. 29 saves so far in the game. Still 5.5 minutes to go. 16 on the other end for Felix Hatton. Felix, fantastic name for a goaltender too, might I add. Shot there into the breadbasket. Another opportunity. Rebound is lofted up and over the goal. 5:24 left to go here in this third period. Face off right back where we started. Puck is down. Aylward collects off the draw. Working it back up top. I look around and see a ton of Blue Jays streams happening right now. As an opportunity blocker save to Wolf. Scrambling in the crease, able to be cleared. Was Singer whacking at it in front. In behind the goal now. Looking for a centering through the crease there. Nobody home. Another opportunity. Shot coming. Tip there. That one goes wide. Duke's firing everything to the hoop here. Picked up now. That was Warwick. Tried to clear it. Now he's able to kick it free. Dukes. Now they're going to head back the other way here in transition. Shout out to Cooper Singer's brother Will down in New Zealand chasing the ball dreams, tuning in to watch his brother. Right now they're hemmed in their own zone. So Aylward cycles it down deep. Singer leans on him. Puck stays free. Back up to the left point now. Opportunity coming through a crowd. That one got through everybody, and DeWolf didn't see it, but luckily it goes wide. There's Aylward now, right side. 4:15 left to go. He partners it across. Another shot coming through a crowd there. That was tipped, but it was tipped wide. Into the corner. Aylward battling. English trying to get it as well. Picked up by the Thunder. Reverse back the other way. Atkinson couldn't get the direct lane, so he lofts it up and over, and that one will go the distance, but it's not going to be icing. Stretch pass at the Dukes bench. Payer's wanted too many, but they didn't quite have everybody on the ice yet. They had some feet hanging over the wall. No icing on the play. The official waved it down. Looks like Rennie in there. Looking for it. Now, too much space for Godkin there. So he just walks right out of the zone untouched. Godkin inside out move. Nice play. As he gets down into the corner. 3 minutes, 24 seconds left to go now here in the third period. Partner pass across. Shot there, kicked aside by DeWolf. Langell on the rebound. Tries to cycle it low. Reverse back to the other side. White ties his man up. The puck comes free as Hartman fires it in behind the goal there near bounce right out front. Langell moves it back to the left point. Held in at the line. Cycled down deep once again. Just keeping it down away from their net here are the Dukes. Looking for an opportunity. Up to the right point. Shot towards a goal. That was tipped, but it was slowed down. Turnaround shot, Godkin. The rebound. Another save to Wolf. Miraculous save there, and timing-wise. The fans, much to their delight here, as that one's going to go down the length of the ice, and smart play there by the defender for the Dukes. Kind of took the long route, and that allowed them to get the icing call here. So a much-needed defensive zone face-off win here for the Thunder. As the World Series Game 7 just about underway here, folks. If you live in Canada and you're unaware, well, that's not on me. So puck down. Back to the point. Bowring keeps it deep. Van Tassel stopped up. He's got pressure from both sides. He'll chip it to a soft zone. I like that play from Van Tassel. Doesn't give it away. Puts it into space where his teammate can have a 50-50 chance at a puck race. But it's the Dukes who come away with it. Reversed in behind. Dune is going to work it back up top to the left point. Across the far side for Bowring. Bowring shot there to Wolf, kicked to the side. Nice low shots here coming from the Dukes point. Looking for some deflections. Opportunity side of the goal, bad angle. And the whistle's going to go now. Referee lost sight of the puck. So we're inching closer here to the end of this third period. Are we going to have some extra time, or as I like to call it, free hockey? But I suppose if you're tuning in on our website, it's free hockey for you as well. So face off to the right side of DeWolf now, 2:05 exactly on the clock here. Dukes trying to give their team a little bit of extra boost here with the old stick taps. As Singer will collect. He looked up, looked for an option, didn't have it, so he's just going to fire that in deep as Dune takes a run at him. Uloth in on the forecheck, got the stick lift, but didn't get the puck. Back to the point, held in at the line, careful. So it's going to be lofted out towards the neutral zone. Thunder just trying to hammer that one back in. Uloth. Back for Singer. Singer chipped off the wall. Cochran indirectly for Uloth. Reached for it. Didn't want to get himself caught, so he continues on. Through the middle of the ice now is done. Picks it up on the backhand. Nice sliding plays. He's going to dump that one inside the zone. 86 seconds left to go. McIver releases down. He's going to fire it around to the far side now is Singer. Singer lofts it up and over. Uloth grabs it with the glove. He knocks it down to himself. He'll carry it in wide. Down the left side, staying on it. Bowring gets in his way. 1:05 left to go. Opportunity, McIver. Turnaround shot. The rebound loose at the side of the goal. They couldn't put it home. Uloth tried to bank one home. Final minute to play here in the third period. Puck comes back to Van Tassel. Van Tassel works it off the end wall. Uloth in behind the net now. McIver and Cochran all caught behind the goal line here. As Reed able to pinch down and hold the zone. Now that one was a risky pinch, but he knew he liked his chances, and he was able to hold the puck in now as that one's going to be ripped out of the zone, but it's off the stick of Reed. 38 seconds left to go. Bunch of Blue Jays streams going on here. Chipped off the wall. Dukes maybe one last push here, 28 seconds. Couldn't get that one up over the big Van Tassel reach. Red line and deep here for the Dukes. 18 seconds left to go, maybe one last rush here. Singer. He's going to cut back the other way. The old Singer special where he eats it up against the wall. Trying to kill this clock out and get them to extra time here. Rennie in to help out defensively as well. Singer taken down. And he's mauled, much to the dismay of the fans. Singer's going to take a run there as that one's going to go all the way outside the zone. And that's going to do it here for 60 minutes. Not enough to find a winner here in this one. So we'll head to the very quick intermission. And we will head back for overtime in just a few moments. Hang tight. Free hockey on the way. Uloth, Rennie, and Singer here for the Thunder. And we have Murnahan, Dunn, and Doon for the Dukes, who's away now on the left side there. Couldn't get it across to his teammate. Rennie trying to peel it out of the crowd. Carried up. Doon down low for Dunn. They both could be done. Nice move. Oh, front shot there. They score. Sam Dunn, the overtime hero here for the Dukes, and they sneak one out here on the road. 4:32 left in the overtime period, and it's a 2-1 victory for the Dukes. They come into the Colchester Legion Stadium, and they steal one from the Thunder. A commendable effort, a 35 save performance from Callan DeWolf, and the winning goaltender Felix Hatton with 17 saves. The Thunder shorthanded, gave a good effort, and they come up short here in the extra frame, but that's going to do it here. For this one, we thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the support. Lots of hockey on tap for tomorrow, but remember, before we sign off, let's